Hi everyone, it's Paul Turner here again with today's video. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you happen to be watching this one. This one, pure value, and this one's about time management. I am not the best at time management. Before I go to the board, let me give you one tip. I read Richard Branson apparently kind of works in 10 to 15 minute blocks because that's all he can cope with. I'm a little bit like that myself. I really struggle. And I'm not the best at time management by a long way. But here's a tip. I think it was actually Stephen Covey, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People I got this from. And I actually used to work with a guy that actually headed up Franklin Covey in the UK, which was very interesting, and he had a lot of time management stuff and tips to share with me. But this one's quite a basic one, and whenever I feel I get a bit overwhelmed with things I've got to do, this is the thing that I do. I just on a sheet of paper draw these, divide it into 4, and I'll go through what the 4 quadrants are. But today, for example, I got got a great resource from a fellow marketer. And I think it's 4 pages of stuff to read. I've got a fantastic, I've only had the first little bit on while I've been working, but I've got a fantastic training from Ray Higdon, and I really want to watch that, but I think it's about an hour long. So that's an hour out of my day, okay, when I've got other things to do. Then there's a 45-minute video that I really need to watch because it's the new product that we launched, the non-MLM one. I want to be marketing that, and I've got about 5 people I've got to get back to today already. My voice is a bit hoarse, as you can probably hear from explaining it to people, and I've got people that I need to get to the website, and so and then I've got work for my SEO clients to do, and I'm getting a bit overwhelmed today. So this is what makes sense of it for me. Okay, so you go on a sheet of paper and you just divide it into 4. Up here, and it doesn't really matter which way around you do it, but up here I've got stuff that's important and urgent. So in other words, I might have to write a report and it has to be in by 12 o'clock. It's important and it's urgent. I need to get that done. So that would be, say, write report. It's urgent, it needs doing, and it's important. Okay. Then down here we have important, not urgent. So if you follow my videos, you probably know a couple of weeks ago I pretended to be Captain America for a load of kids at school. Which was, great. I had the mask on and everything, and they really believed I was Captain America. Well, they've all written me thank you letters. So I want to reply to them because I think, that's nice to do. They're about 5 years old, these kids. So I want to write thank you letters. Just to answer. Some of them have asked me questions, so I'm going to answer it as Captain America. So write thank you letters. To me, it's an important thing to do, okay, but it's not urgent. It doesn't need doing now. The report needs doing now, if that makes sense. Then over here we might have, say, not important, not urgent, watch TV. Okay? And then not important and urgent might be answer the phone. You know when the phone's ringing? It's really annoying, you can't ignore it. So you might need to do that. Might have a fire drill. So we have them in the office every now and again, well, regularly. For the health and safety people watching, we regularly have fire drill. Okay, so that's kind of the basics of it. So let's get in a bit more detail. So it's really important to me that I write a press release today. So that goes in that column for the new product. Okay, important but not urgent. Well, watching that training. Watch training, and it's Ray Higdon. That's important, but it's not urgent. I've got to write that report. What is urgent is, because I've got people that want to know more about this product, I've got to speak to 5, I'll just say people, but prospects, whatever. I've got to get back to 5 people. To me, that's urgent because the thing's new. I don't want them signing up with anybody else for a start, and also I want to be professional and get the information over to them quickly, okay? Because that's kind of my reputation. So I've got to speak to those 5 people. Then we come over here, like not important, not urgent, is like got to do some filing, okay? Now it can sit in my tray until it gets bad enough that I need to do it, and eventually And this is how this process works. You write down where you think things need to be, and you come at it and you look at it and you go, well, do you know what? I'm absolutely knackered. I really need a break. Watch TV might actually move over into the important, not urgent, just to take a break. And I don't watch a lot of TV, but I mean, if there's something interesting on, yeah, take an hour out, glass of something red, wine. Filing, if it piles up, that might get to the point where it becomes important and urgent, because I need to give it to the accountant so he can do my books. Okay, so you move stuff around. Speaking to those 5 people, maybe it's like, change that to record a webinar, so I get back to them as quickly as I can. Now, you can see what you're trying to do here, I'm sure by now. The idea is that you want to be deleting everything you can from these columns. Okay, so answering the phone, if you've got this to do, this is important and urgent, you take preference over answering the phone. Switch the phone off for an hour, get this done. This is where you start. Number 1, you always start in this box, important and urgent. Once you've done those tasks, you come here, that's number 2. Okay, then you come over here, number 3, number 4. Okay, and you're always trying to eradicate these urgent things. Actually, you might want to do this one as number 2 if it's urgent, but if it's not important, why are you doing it? You've got to question why are you doing it all the time. And you heard of this term? IPA, income producing activities. If you're in a home-based business or you're in business for yourself of any sort, they really, you know, should be in this box, IPA. That's the important and the urgent stuff. IPA, income producing activities. Without the income producing activities, you haven't got a business. So, I hope that's useful. Not important, but urgent. Important and urgent. Not important, not urgent. Important, not urgent. Okay. Give it a try. It really works for me when I start to feel a bit overwhelmed like this, and just helps me make sense of things to do. Okay. Okay. See you on the next video. Cheers, guys. Thanks a million.